One of DocBott's main veterinary focuses is genetic research on animals, especially reindeer, deer, sheep, and mountain goats. His own herd are not just for genetic research, but his own overgrown pets.
Reindeer have a very pronounced dew claw back here compared to other deer species. It's a lot longer. These actually will click, and the tendon inside the feet when reindeer walk clicks. It's very distinctive. And you hear the lyrics to the song up on the housetop. And click, click, click. It's because that actually does happen when a reindeer walks. And the clicking is thought to occur so that reindeer in incredible snowstorms, when there's a whiteout, they can actually follow each other and hear each other just from that sound. So long as Sven's eating, he'll let me brush him out. Reindeer can have up to 3,000 to 5,000 hairs per square inch on their body. And as you saw last time you were here, how thick their hair was that was coming out. Reindeer hair is hollow. Reindeer's favorite time of year seems to be in January. This July and August weather is not their favorite time. They can't sweat, and so they pant if they get too hot, or they will stand in the water. But up in Alaska, also this time of year, it's the same thing. They just graze, and during the summer they put on as much weight as they can, and they predominantly are eating grass, and there's about 31 species of plants that we know that they really like to eat. My reindeer here are on a grain ration. They each are eating between 7 and 9 pounds per day this time of year. So they build up their fat reserves, so during the winter they don't eat nearly as much as they do during the summer. In the wild, reindeer switch from grazing to being a browser during the winter, and they eat just basically lichen. Saying hi there, Titus?
Titus is currently alpha and DocBott's main pal in the herd. When rutting season begins, DocBott wears a bulletproof vest, as reindeer are particularly feisty when in season, as they normally would be competing for mates in the wild. Reindeer and all wild animals have extremely sensitive digestions, and the wrong food can harm them. Never feed an animal you are not familiar with in the wild or at the zoo.
My first reindeer experience happened on March 28, 2010. I was driving down I-15 here in Utah, and a guy called me and said, "Hey, I got your name from a buddy of mine, and he says you do a lot of veterinary reproduction." And I said, "Yes, I do." And he said, "Well, I have a reindeer I think is pregnant. Will you come and look at her?" And at that point, I had been a veterinarian for about 10 months. I had never seen a reindeer in real life. I thought, well, you know, why not? I knew I liked elk and deer and stuff like that, but I thought, well, that will be a challenge. And I told him I hadn't had much work with them, and he said, "That's not a problem." He goes, "You know, we've had other vets that come out and we've been able to teach them," and he said, "I just need somebody that knows a little bit about reproduction." So I show up and we start working on this cow. And when I get over to her, she is actually in full-blown labor. And I said, "You know what? She's pregnant for sure." I'd never delivered a baby reindeer or anything. But I delivered lots and lots of sheep and alpacas and other species. So I thought, you know, we can do this. Sorry, Sven. A little sensitive, I know. Go, easy. There you go. Go on, you keep some more. I need to get you some apples. Did I just breach your comfort zone there? Now you're mad, aren't you? Oh. Stay back here. Come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Here, I'll get you some apples. Let me just grab him a couple of apple treats real quick and he'll be good.
Disguising dewormer medication in apple treats is much easier than wrestling a reindeer. DocBott regularly clips their hooves, which would normally wear down on rocks in the wild, and starts the laborious process of brushing out their old winter coats.
Sven gets a little stressed, and the unique thing about this reindeer is if he gets too stressed, he will faint. And so when he starts to pull back like that, I stop immediately, and this is his favorite treat. And he'll calm down and be back to normal now. Want your apples? Here. There you go, partner. Come on. Just pour them right there. Help yourself. You just got one toe left and then you're done. Now you gotta eat it now. I don't care. You gotta eat it. That's your medicine, partner. Here. Here. I'm done now. You can eat. I'll leave you alone. Oh, now you don't want it? Poor Sven. Now you get to go back. Go back with your buddies. Come on. Got a nice pedicure.